Hey, what's up, guys? All right, welcome back to the Options Select Podcast. We're doing a very Saturday edition. We decided to take Friday night off, and I knew I was gonna be here today,
Right.
so I was like, well, let me.
Why
instead of
take two
coming twice-
trips?
Yeah, instead of coming here twice, let me just Ruben, we're doing Saturdays. Like
Okay.
UFC and grilling. I'm like, why don't you do this show on Saturday? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
The
So
grilling
we're
was a
back.
surprise, though.
It was fun.
The grilling was a
It
surprise.
was pleasant. It was good just to be outside. We had a nice day to be outside.
Beautiful.
So
Still kind of daylight.
This is good. Yeah. So, guys, welcome to the Options Select Podcast. This is a show where me and Ruben, we get together on the weekends and we talk about fighting games, what's going on, and we just relate with you guys and have a conversation and just have you guys join in. 100% full stop disclaimer. We're going to be talking a lot about Elden Ring because
That's all we've been playing.
I can't put it down.
Facts.
I can't put it down. So we're going to be easy on the spoilers, but we might talk about some stuff. So, guys, you've been warned. But if you're in the same boat as we are, where you're enjoying the game, you're probably just gonna be like, hey, you probably want to listen in on anyways. But anyways, guys, we start off and honestly, guys, thank you for hanging out with us on Saturday night, on Friday night, or whenever you get able to catch the show, whether it's on YouTube, podcast platform of your choice, whether you're on your way to work, you're at work, or you're exercising, you're working out, or just catching us when you can. Man, we really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome. We love doing this, but we even enjoy it more that we know we have someone here hanging out with us also. We start every podcast with how was your week? Ruben, talk to me, dime.
Yeah, man. Work was pretty good. I had been training this kid all week, so I had to hardly do anything.
Okay.
Which was nice. Just teaching him,
Show
teaching
the
him the
ropes.
ropes and having him do all the work. He's been with us for about 8 months, so he's just getting his full certification training, and I'm going through that with him right now. So, it's a lot of book stuff more so because he knows everything, but I'm still putting him through his paces.
Get to show him like where to park, who to talk to, where to go, the procedures, stuff like that.
His final exam is to run my route when I'm on vacation.
Okay, which is coming up.
In 3
When?
weeks.
April?
3 weeks, yeah.
Early-
April.
late
First week of
March?
April. So I'm off from April 1st through the 10th.
Nice.
I get 9 days off, which is nice.
Good.
So yeah, man. Been training him all week. He's doing well. He's got to do some studying. So he's got 3 weeks to study, and then with him running my route the final week, it'll be him taking the test after that, and then I get a nice little bonus for him passing because I know he'll pass.
Sweet.
And so yeah, man, work was work. I mean, I got bumped up in the rankings in our little driver ranking or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up in 3rd place or 4th place or something like that, I believe. I helped bump my manager up from 2nd to 1st, as well as the rest of the team.
With your sales and stuff, or what?
Yeah, sales and like credits and
Customer
all the little
service.
key numbers and stuff like that. So she got bumped up, and hopefully she stays that way so she gets that nice little ride. They give them a ride for they have to drive a Transit, which is like one of those little Ford vans or whatever to work and all that stuff. But if they get first place, they get like a Escape or like a Ford Escape or something like that, like a Focus. I don't know.
Luxury.
It's a nice car. It's a nicer car than
It's a nicer car.
whatever the other one is. So trying to get her that ride so she can stop driving around in that little white Transit van.
Little medical delivery.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So yeah, man, work was work. It wasn't too crazy. Nothing. I was selling my ass off and getting my numbers pumped up and just doing pretty good.
The lady ever that one customer gave you some shit?
Which one? The one
With
that
the burn the towels?
Oh yeah, I met up with her last week
What'd
on
she say?
Thursday. Nothing. We just talked it out.
Good.
I talked to her, what was going on. She was like, well, I was under the misconception or whatever. I was like, it's all good. No worries. I was like, I didn't take it personally. Like, you're going to throw me under the bus. That's cool. Whatever. It's all good. She's like, no, well, I didn't mean to do that. I was like, well, you kind of did.
You kinda
This
did.
is what your son said.
You're implying you had insurance when I told you straight up.
Yeah. It is what it is, but we talked it out. It's all good. It's amicable, and, collected that. They finally paid it, a month later. So that's done. They still paid it. So
So on
all that stuff that they wanted to get out of, they did not get out of it. So there's that. As far as like gaming this week, yeah, Elden Ring. That's about it. Like
Horizon?
Huh?
Horizon?
Who?
Alloy?
That
That little red chick with the
yeah,
dinosaurs?
yeah. That's all well and good.
I'll come back to that one.
But I'll come back to that later.
Come back to that.
I've been playing Elden Ring. Yeah, nonstop. 40 hours in, I think, on just my main character.
And then you
Another
got 2 other
4
sides?
hours on my side character, and another like 30 minutes on another side character.
So what's your main character? Is your samurai?
Samurai
Dex?
bleed build. It's a bleed build. Arcane Dex build. It's pretty nice. pretty nice.
You did a couple shots on that General Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Or what was his name? Radon?
Rodden. Yeah, Rodden. Yeah, that was my first attempt whenever you were sitting there. So, first and second attempt. And as soon as we're done with this podcast, I'm going to give it another shot because like I'm fiending to get back in there.
I can't put that game down.
It's so good, dude. So yeah, I've been messing around with this bleed build for a while, and bleed works a little bit differently than it worked before. And I didn't realize it, so I had to respec at some point to go into arcane because I didn't have any arcane whatsoever. Yeah, I'm at like 25 arcane, 30 dex, 20 endurance, 15 mind, and 25 or 30 vitality or vigor or whatever. So yeah, that build's working out pretty well. And then I did a broken ass build where I did the sword of what is it?
Night and Flame.
Night and Flame.
I'm
definitely a reference to Ice and Fire, by the way. And so is the sword that you get from that one castle where it's just like a bunch of swords melted together into a sword. You know what I'm talking about? It's a legendary.
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, you definitely have. If you're at where you're at, you definitely did it. You just don't realize that you have the sword because you're not using it. But it's a great sword. And it's got a bunch of swords attached to it.
What?
Yeah. I'll show it to you later. I can't remember the name of it, but that's another one that you get. Yeah, man. The game is still phenomenal, still awesome, still a challenge.
There's more people playing it now than there was the first week.
Yeah, the game
according to Steam
is
that's just Steam.
900,000 strong concurrent.
That's just Steam.
I just for whatever like if I'm bored. Like if I'm bored of just exploring, because sometimes it happens, you know, I just throw out the little summon like slingshot thing, and it like all the little summon pulls that you activate, and you pop that thing, it'll send you to one of those randomly. Like so, it'll send your sign into all of those things that people have the summoning thing active, and I just get pulled into old things that I've done. I get a couple 1,000 souls.
Help out some people.
You know, help out some people. Get my little rune thing, and just keep on keeping on. You know,
you get a rune arc.
Yeah, you get a rune arc every time you kill a boss.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are nice, especially with the first great rune that you get.
Yeah, I haven't activated it yet, but because I just barely discovered how to get there.
Yeah.
I beat the lion right there on the side, and I was like, okay, this is like a boss area.
The lion
in the Stormvale Castle. There's a you haven't fought the white lion with the
no
in the Stormvale Castle.
No.
Okay, I'll show you that. And then I gotta show you that one.
Okay,
then.
show me that one. I want to fight that.
Yeah,
but you don't have to fight a white lion to get to
get through the path. You don't have you run through it if you want. But I fought the white lion.
There was no white lion. There was 3 golems, giant golems, with the one with a bow and 2 with like a.
There was a white lion right at outside that door.
You didn't find him? For me.
You didn't find him? He was in the corner. Okay, I'll show you.
Yeah, show me for sure.
Yeah, but you're exactly right there. You said the 3 giant
on the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not notice there was a lion there. We're gonna have to talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the great thing about this game is like talking about it with you or Jackal or anybody. Like I showed Jackal things that he didn't know about. Jackal showed me things that I didn't know about. You showed me things I didn't know about, and then I showed Jackal the things that you showed me. You know, we're just kind of like all learning together.
At first I thought I don't want to play with other people because I don't want to like miss out on some of the surprises. But there's just so much to this game that even if you do play and get some surprises with some friends, it's fine because there's so much to do and to explore that you're gonna find a lot of things on your own just by stumbling upon it yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, like when I see you and Jackal on there, I'm like, I'm sure.
We'll hop on.
They're like, Rick, you never been here before. I don't care. Let's go. I'll see it with you guys, and I'll see it again when I go on my own. It's like there's just so much.
That's the beauty of it. Is like even if you do it with somebody else, you could always just go back and do it on your own.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal. You know, it doesn't take away from the solo experience if you do it with somebody else because you still have the solo experience available. Now, if you were to do like Market with people, then you definitely lose out on that experience. But if you do it on your own, you know, then you go and help other people complete it, then that's a completely different thing. Like sometimes you might fail. Like the second boss in the Hogwarts castle or whatever, I did that one 15 times before I completed it just to get.
Yeah.
I was getting 12k souls a run, helping other people out because the boss is so easy. I did it so many times, and then I went and did it on my own. Like I leveled up 5 times, and then I went in there on my own. I was like, okay, got it. I know the pattern. I was basically like going up to the boss room, laying down my sign, and then helping out other people complete the boss so I could learn the patterns and all that stuff. And I went in there and did it on my own. So like every time I go into a boss room, like I lay my sign down first, and then I'll
Get some
learn
data.
and I'll get the data, and then I'll go in there because sometimes I'm walking in there with like 20k runes, 30k runes, 40k runes. I'm like, I don't want to lose all these.
It's a level,
Yeah, well, right now for me it's like 40. I think I'm at 40k, 30 or 40k. I can't remember.
adding.
It's up there. But yeah, so I've created some little side characters, some builds that I want to do eventually, and like I do want to do a full on mage build with no melee weapon.
Astrologer, huh?
Just a straight up astrologer, which it starts with a sword or whatever, but I want to do like a straight up mage build. And I don't want to cheese it or nothing. I want to do it like a legit mage build. I want to do a legit talisman build, or what are they called?
Seals?
A seal build.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that really like in Demon Souls, there's the items that increase your FP over time. That doesn't really exist. You did get the consumables or whatever, but it's not the same. Let's be real, it's not the same. And then you got to take that risk reward. Do you increase your magic consumable, or do you take your health consumable? Because your glass cannon, right?
Yeah,
you're gonna take some hits. It's gonna take some hits. But man, the game, it's just been so much fun, dude. They've updated it a few times this week. Bloodstains are actually working now.
I saw that. Yeah.
The summoning seems a little bit smoother. The stuttering seems to have gone away.
I still got it.
For the most part, it's still there in some areas, but nothing too crazy. I've only noticed it like particularly in like some boss fights where there's like two bosses, and one of them's doing some shit and the other one's doing some shit, and it just kind of pops up. But I've been to the most northern part of the map. I've been to the most eastern part of the map, which is also, they're both very difficult. And the game just ceases to amaze me. It just does not stop.
Yeah.
It does not stop. I always want to see what's over the next. What's over the next pass?
Let me go a little bit farther.
Yeah, let me just keep going. Oh, I'm almost there. Let me find the next grace.
There's a cave over here.
And then not only that, but I want to restart. I want to see it all over again for the first time. And now that I know where to go and what to do, it's like, do I really, do I want to keep playing the character that I've been playing and complete the game, or do I want to start a new character?
Yeah, because I see like you and Jacko dual wielding big old swords. I'm like,
I just got katana.
And then I see someone having a big old Guts. Guts is big old sword. And then I see someone just casting. I'm like, that looks like fun.
And I just want to go back and
looks all like fun.
Infinitely replayable. It feels like, and I hope they do DLC. Like, this is the one game that like, oh, I hope there's an expansion pass. I hope that there's more added onto the world. I hope that there's area, more items, more consumables, more open world, more puzzles, more everything.
I would be surprised. Yeah,
I would be very surprised if they didn't add anything to this game. It's the biggest hit they've ever had. So much so that they're adding salary to their employees.
Good,
like $500 a month, which doesn't sound crazy, but $500 a month over the years, $6,000. That's a $6,000 pay increase for everybody. That's pretty good.
It's a good chunk.
But yeah, man, it's just been fucking Elden Ringing it up, dude. As far as like media, what's media, right? Elden Ring, bro. That's the only thing I've been doing.
I can't put that game down.
I watch my normal shows. I watch, we've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine on the side, or like Ted Lasso or whatever. We finished Euphoria. We finished The Righteous Gemstones last weekend. And we haven't really decided on a new show to watch. So I think we're going to catch the Succession on HBO. I've been wanting to check that out.
I heard good things about that one.
But as far as like shows, like
what's the one with the Adam Scott? You say and
that one's on Apple TV.
Yeah.
I do want to check that one out. I haven't started it yet, but their Apple TV does a weekly episode release, so they release them like every Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or something like that. And I'll wait till more episodes come out because I like to watch like 2 or 3 episodes at a time.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna sit down and watch TV, I want to sit down and like a 2 to 3 hour movie worth of time, So I haven't watched anything on Netflix.
You watch that Batman?
No. I want to.
Not in theater.
I want to, but the theater thing it still eats at me, man. I feel like I looked it up Friday, just like against my better judgment. I was like, I kind of want to go see this, and I looked at the seats, and I was like, nah, there's more than 5 people in here. I'm out. And even then, dude, like I've seen movies with 5 people in them, and somehow those 5 people just still fucking ruin
experience.
Still ruin it. Like I'd rather just sit it here. I got these nice comfy chairs.
Yeah.
I got this beautiful sound system, this beautiful TV.
Stop using the restroom whenever you want.
I can pause whenever. I'd rather just watch it here in the comfort of my own home, where I'm not freezing to death inside of a movie theater, where I can make my own popcorn or make my own hot dogs.
Overpriced concessions.
Yeah, I'd rather just do it here. Why aren't they doing this for every movie that comes out? I have no. I mean, all the money that comes from the box office goes to them. Why not just charge us? How many people are watching? You want to pay $20 to watch it at home? Sure. $20. Boom.
Right.
There's your $20. Movie company, whoever you are, production company.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Just watch it at home, please. Like, it's way better to watch it at home. Let all the real estate, let them turn that into like apartments or something. Like let that go away. And all those people, let them lose a job. Like, what are we losing here? You know, like people that don't actually give a fuck about their job. Because let's be real. They don't care about that job.
I went to the movie theater.
Last time I went to the movie theater, there was like Coke all over the floor.
Sticky floors.
It was all gross. Nobody gives a fuck about that job, dude. Nobody cares. Nobody takes pride in that. They're just like making money. I get it. It's all right. I get it. But like, I don't want to be in that environment anymore. It's like, so at some point you got to get yourself out of that environment. So, yeah. But as far as media is concerned, like it was just like a bunch of replays and like finishing up shows like Euphoria and Righteous Gemstones, and I'm looking forward to season 3 of both of those. Those are both in season 2 right now, so hopefully we get a new season of those pretty quick. But yeah, man, like that's about it for media. As far as working out, I did work out this week.
Yeah, you showed me the gym.
I got the gym.
Got a chest full of stuff in there.
I got
ropes, vests.
I got a full thing in there. And basically what I was doing was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I did full body.
Okay.
I took Wednesday off because I didn't get home until like 7:45. So all I wanted to do was take a shower, eat, and then go to bed.
Yeah.
I've maintained my weight the entire week. I didn't lose any weight. I didn't gain any weight. I'm still right where I'm at, which is not still where I don't want to be there. I want to be back at 140, and right now I'm hovering around 148. But that just comes down to like stop drinking, stop eating bullshit on the weekends. It's literally my will. And I have no willpower on the weekends. Like, I just want to hang out with Alice. If Alice wants to go out and eat, we're going to go out and eat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to give a fuck. Like, you know, it used to be like, oh, I'm not going to eat that. I'm not going to eat that. She was like, what am I going to do then?
What am I going to eat?
Exactly.
So, what am I going to eat?
I was like, well, fuck. Then I guess I'm just going to.
I know. Sometimes I feel bad because my diet is, really restrictive. Yeah. And she's like, well, I want to. Like, go ahead. She's like, I don't want to eat this in front of you. I'm like, just go ahead.
Eat it in front. I want to fucking lick the side of your face with that fucking like chocolate chip cookies.
Smear a brownie in my face and just lick it off me. Like, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I did full body Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and I've been sore every day because I hadn't worked out in like 2 months. And then starting Monday, I'm taking 2 days off to recover.
Yeah.
Not active recovery or anything, just like a straight up recovery. And today I'm a little bit less sore than I was on Friday, which is fine. My body got used to it a little bit more. And then I'm going to start doing isolation exercises. So chest, back, shoulders, legs, core,
definitely
yoga, things like that. I'm going to incorporate yoga probably on Wednesday whenever I just don't have the time to do like a full-on workout and I get home super late. I could just do some yoga. But I'm going to start staggering them out to like chest, back, legs, arms, core, and then start to cycle all over again. So I plan on working out 6 days a week with the Wednesday off is what I plan on doing next week, starting Monday. So, but yeah, man, it's been good. Been fun lifting. The only problem is I don't have a partner, so I can't go as heavy as I want.
Yeah, take it easy.
I have to take it pretty easy, but even with me taking it easy, I've been pretty sore. Like on my bench, I was doing 130.
Nice.
135, I'm sorry. So one plate on each side. And I only weigh 148. So I'm doing 135 on the bench. I'm doing 135 deadlifts, 60-pound curls, 75-pound leg extensions, 50-pound leg curls, 100-pound rows,
nice.
100-pound lat pull downs, 30-pound decline free weight with crunches and stuff like that. So like I've been mixing it all up, full body every day. I'm trying to get a little bit of a muscle group every day. Just to like try to get myself like kick started back into it. And then like starting this week, it's just gonna be fucking isolation. So it's gonna be chest. The next day is gonna be back. Next day is gonna be arms. And I'm gonna do full on like fucking 6-7 exercises each.
Nice.
Get them in there and just try to start building up tone. What? Not build up muscle because I feel like I have the muscle for my body weight. Because I can lift my body weight.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. but I want to tone out because like if you look at me right now, it's like there's no tone, right? We
gotta get you dehydrated.
I gotta get the cuts in there. So I want to
get you dehydrated.
I want to go for the not the an aesthetic bodybuilding more so than the bulk bodybuilding.
We could do some Anavar cycles, bro. I've been looking into it.
Anavar, all right. You've been looking at it? I mean, I'm getting to that age, 35.
I just looked at it.
35, I kind of want to get some TRT, bro. Let's go.
I looked at it.
I'll be 35 next month.
About it. She's like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna be 35 next month. I'm looking into the TRT. I just gotta find a doctor that's willing to do it for me. But like, I'm not cut up. I'm not fucking swole. Like this is just me extended.
You're fine.
But I want the cuts. I want the.
You're fine.
I want that. That's more what I want than actually bulking up. Like I don't want to get bigger, right? Like I don't want to be bigger. I just want to be leaner and more cut. Like I want there to be more definition.
I gotta be dehydrated. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I drink a lot of water though. So
that's good.
It's kind of tough.
It's a good thing.
But other than that, man, that's like my week, man. It's nothing too crazy, nothing over the top. Just a steady. Good week, and we barbecued today. We got UFC tonight.
Yeah,
Jorge Masvidal. We got
Covington.
Kobe Covington.
I got Covington all the way.
I got Masvidal all day, bro. And then we're gonna watch some fights. I barbecued. I got Kevin OS Chameleon coming over. We're gonna do that on my stream tonight.
The fight companion.
The reaction video for the UFC. And then yeah, like tomorrow, Alice has to go back to work. I'm gonna do more Elden Ring. Maybe do that Mace build or the Warhammer build or whatever, and then just keep on keeping on. You know, I'm having a good time, man. It's a great time for video games. Great time. For,
I mean, we have Horizon. We had Horizon come out. We had Elden Ring come out. You had Sifu come out. You had King of Fighters come out. It's like
Pokemon come out.
Pokemon come out. Like there's something for everybody.
And then next week we got Gran Turismo 7, and then after that it's like a drought. And except for Persona 4 Ultimax.
Ultimax for fighting games.
For fighting games. And then what's it called? Got rated too. Them Fighting Herds.
Them
Fighting Herds. Thank you. That one got rated for all the systems, I believe.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, like other than like after Persona 4, I'm just kind of like I'm just waiting for God of War Ragnarok at that point.
Fall?
Huh?
Fall?
Yeah, I'm not even looking forward to the next Call of Duty. Like, well, maybe it is a.
They're taking off this year, aren't they?
No, they're taking off next year. This year is a Infinity Ward.
That's right.
So I might dip my toe back in there. I might, but also this past week, Destiny 2 came out. The
you getting
Witch
back in
Queen.
there?
Nope. Sure didn't even I didn't even spend the $100 for it. Nope.
Revisit content.
Hey,
that you paid for previous.
Hey, you can't.
I don't know.
Hey, but you can't. Nah, I'm just out. Like I gave up on Lost Ark even though I paid for it, and it was just kind of like there's better things to do with my time.
Hey, Mikkel, Lost Ark's here. Actually, it's on the laptop. It's like I'm good.
There's better things right now. There's Horizon gives me the story and the gameplay. You know what I mean? Like Lost Ark's got the gameplay. It's missing the story. It's missing the why I want to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I play games for the good story. Like, fucking Elden Ring. I mean, you got to read a lot of it, but it's there, right? The action adventure, for sure, aspect of that game. The open world, you know. Horizon's got all of that. You can make it as difficult as you want, too, which is really nice. Sifu for the punishing combat. I'm talking about way worse than Dark Souls. Dark Souls is punishing, but there's nothing more punishing than getting older every time you die. Well, you lose your souls. That's cool. That's cool.
And you got to be able to input quick on the fly.
On the fly, bro. But Sifu is definitely a testament to that. Reaction time and all that stuff. That's a good one. So like those 3 games, and to be fair, I haven't touched a single game this week other than Elden Ring. Like,
I don't blame you.
Not a mobile game, not a fucking I didn't even turn on my PS5 this week. My Xbox is collecting dust. I haven't even fucking turned it on. I might as well just cancel.
Switch is still there.
My Game Pass just renewed today, and I might just cancel it outright just so I can
call up old Billy, Phil.
Hey, Phil Spencer, hey man, Elden Ring, bro.
Philly.
But I almost kind of want to get a second copy just so I can play Elden Ring with Carlos.
Carlos?
Fucking Carlos all by himself on Xbox, dude. And Steven.
That's right.
And Steven.
We have him on Discord and we're posting up little stuff in here and there. And
he's like, I just got around to buying it.
I feel happy for him. Like, I was like, bro, get in here.
I'm proud of you.
Get in
Look at you.
PC.
Get your fucking kill in, bro.
Get in PC.
But yeah, man, I just seeing all the videos come out on Elden Ring and things like that. It's just, it blows me away, man. Like the people are coming up with builds, people are coming up with shortcuts or cheeses, or like the 10 weapons you need to grab. You know those things. I love watching. Those
I love
things.
the community, dude, because everybody's just willing down to help and chit chat and interact and give you their 2 cents, and like especially like I did a summon because I went to go fight one of the Erdtree's Guardian or something or whatever down in the Southern Peninsula.
Ooh.
And I was like, I'm gonna summon somebody, and sure enough, old boy just showed up. All right, let's go. Went in there, we dropped them.
You know,
I picked one up. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I picked one up. I was like, what is it? Like, oh, that's what the boys are having.
I do the stupid one where I wave it. Hi. Hi.
So yeah, I summoned some dude, and we went in there and we just body that tree elemental guardian, and I was like,
yeah, the Erdtree, the minor Erdtrees.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, and I was like, okay, and waved. He did a little JoJo pose, then took off. I'm like,
bow.
I loved it, dude. I was like,
I love the PvP, man. When people invade and I hit them with the blood, the bleed, and I defeat them. I haven't been defeated yet. Have not been defeated yet, and I fucking point down on them like disrespect.
What was it? I think it was last Saturday afternoon or Sunday. You, me, and Jacko were in somewhere, and some poor soul came in there, and he got the business end of all 3 of our sticks.
I sheathed them, and then you kill him, and then you got to point down. And he was like, get the fuck out of here.
He was in the wrong place to invade because there's 3 of us hanging out.
So I wear the blue circle, the blue ring, and I help people who are getting invaded if they have the white ring on. So I wear the blue ring always, and I just get pulled in randomly at random times, and it's cool. I love it. I love getting pulled in, and then like I get pulled in, like I was in I was in Hogwarts, and I get pulled in, and this one guy is attacking 3 people at once. And then we bodied the shit out of him, and we're all just pointing down on him, just like, get you some of that right there, bro. You stay down. And it's just like, it's fun. Or like sometimes I'll get pulled in, and then the host will defeat the guy already, and I'll just take my free stuff.
Give me money.
I'll take my free rune, because every time you invade and you kill, you get an arc rune. But also as part of the quest for the first guy that you meet, as soon as you leave the tutorial area, he gives you 3 fingers whenever you move to Lunaria or whatever. You have to use them. If you use them, it progresses the quest.
Does it?
He'll give you a finger, which I don't know what it does.
I have to look it up then.
But
I saw him, I was like, oh, it's some dude.
I think he gives you like one of the like you just invade period, like kind of a thing. But you have to continue the quest. Like a lot of the quests there are just like you have to know what you're doing.
They're so vague sometimes. Like,
I didn't know
it was a quest. They're just like, here, do something. I'm like, okay. Yes. But then you forget about it because you just talk to somebody, and there's like, who was it? Like someone in the round table was like, hey, look for my assistant. I'm like, okay. So and I just forgot about it until I came across him again. I was like, oh,
where'd you find him? Because I haven't found him.
I think I found him somewhere in that Lernia West where the pond was at. I think I
have to look that up. Yeah.
Found his little assistant. And I was like, oh, there she is.
But like I haven't been looking up too much. Like I look up where the health upgrades are. Like I want to know where those are at. I want to know where to find them for future reference. But like as far as like how to complete quests and all that stuff, like nah. Like I'm just going along, and if I happen to complete it, I complete it.
Well, I definitely had you show me where that sort of Night and Flame is at, because I want that motherfucker.
It's good up until a certain point though. Let's be real. Like it's good up until like mid to late game.
That's fine.
Which is fine. It's strong.
Strong, yeah. Because I have Uchigana right now also, and I just came across one of those Crucible Knights, the one with the big old horn on the shield.
Oh, I love those.
Ooh.
Did you fight the twin boss with the Crucible Knight and somebody else?
No.
Okay.
I haven't found him yet.
Okay. Make sure you carry a shield with you always. Okay. Parry shield.
Yeah, I saw someone just parrying, like, my boy Lax, I saw him online. He's like, yeah, I beat him just by parrying. I mean, it took him a while, but he said he finally got it. And I saw a video, someone just parrying. Like, yeah, you could parry that? Because I did the hard way. I just, like, sidestep, stab. Sidestep, stab. Like, oh my God. And, like, eventually, yeah.
I kind of want to make a shield build. I was playing with House last night, not playing with, but I was streaming my game while House was streaming his game last night, and House had beat a guy in like the top north of the map that gave him like a great sword and a shield, but they're both covered in thorns.
Oh,
they're not legendaries; they're just regular like blue weapons or whatever, but they were covered in thorns. But you needed arcane
to use them.
So he respect to use them, but like the shield was like a full on tower shield. Like I want to do a big body like strength endurance build with like that's what I want to do next. Like because I've seen people use there's like a shield weapon art that legitimately like nothing gets through your block.
There's like storm barricade or something like that.
Some shit like that for like 15 and a half seconds. It's like nothing gets through unless they hit you in the back.
100% physical block.
100%, no, 100% total physical, elemental, all that shit. They're just boop.
Damn.
15 seconds. Like, whoa, I kind of want to do that. Just I want to turtle up, and then they do have that turtle shield that replenishes your stamina, and they look like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I saw somebody with that. Everybody calls them dogs. So these dogs everywhere.
But there's so much to learn about this game, dude. Like I haven't found the shield.
I know, and like I said, I was kind of being standoffish. Like I don't want to explore with anybody because I want to experience it all for myself. But there's just so much to experience.
You can't.
Even if you experience, even if you go do some exploring with your friends, you're fine. There's a lot to explore.
Yeah, House had made that comment yesterday. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do this, so I never have to come back here again." And I'm like, "You don't want to replay the game ever? Like, there's so many builds you can respec, but there's so many things you can do differently. There's only so many respec points you get, right?" Like you could do so much. Or just
experience it again with a different character.
With a different, with a different tune. I was like, what are you talking about, dude? Like there's so much to do. But like, yeah, like there's ways to break the game early.
Yeah.
I've done it. You watched it happen earlier. Like I broke the game. And doesn't mean I'm still not having fun with that character.
And I'm glad From Software left that in. Yeah. They don't care. Like, look, if you're able to find it and get it and enjoy it and you want to play the rest of the game like that, okay.
Sure.
If you don't, okay.
But it only gets you so far, though. You can break the game early, but you're not going to break it forever. Yeah. It's good. But you still got to get good. That's what House is saying. He's like, oh, you're just going to one-shot everything all the way up? Yeah, no, I'm going to one-shot the things until it gets hard, and then I got to figure out how to play this game again. Yeah. I was like, it's not going to just be one-shot the whole way through. Yeah. It's not going to happen. Like, it's still going to be hard. But here's the thing. I still had to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't type in a cheat code, right? I still had to bypass all these enemies to get to where I was, to get the sword, to get all the way back, to kill a dragon, to do all this other stuff that I did.
At the end of the day, are you having fun with your game?
I am. I'm 50 hours in, having a great time.
I love that game.
Anyway, that's my week, dude. I don't want to talk a lot about it.
We're going to talk about Elden Ring all day. This episode will be called Elden Ring, period.
Elden Ring, period.
Yeah.
But that's my week, man. Like, how was your week? I mean, other than Elden Ring. Other than Elden Ring.
Work was okay. I was able to keep my route. I was able to mention that.
Wait. It was just. Were you like me? Were you just working as fast as you could just so you could get home to play more Elden Ring?
Get home, exercise, stream, play 2 hours.
Yeah.
It was Sunday night, and so last Sunday, me and Mikkel, all we did all day was just play video games. She was playing Horizon, I was playing Elden. And it got to the point where we cooked dinner. I'm like, okay, we got another hour or two before she has to go to bed because she goes to sleep early on Sunday nights. So we played, and then she's like, okay, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to bed now. Okay, all right, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Next thing I know, my phone says, beep, boop, time to go to bed. It's 11:30. I'm like, what? It was just 8 o'clock.
Fucking time warp, dude.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm like, okay, so I eventually pull myself away from the game, put it away, go to work, wake up the next, like, it's literally like get him to the Greek, we have the camera. I'm up, go to work, fast forward, I'm playing again. And the last time I had a game that demanded my attention like that was Shin Megami Tensei 5, because Shin Megami, when I got home, put on my Switch, let's go explore.
You know what's crazy? The last game that did that for me was the JRPG from Nintendo.
Three Houses.
Three Houses. Yeah, that was the last one that did that to me. It's like, I want to keep going.
You gotta go.
I want to Fire Emblem. God, I couldn't remember.
How to put it down? They had to pick it back up.
I had to pick it back up, and I wanted to keep going. I wanted to keep going. That was like that year that I did all those games. That was the one game that stood out to me the most, and I played it a year late. You know what I mean? But like it kept my attention. I did 100 hours in the game. I was like all in.
Shin Megami Tensei came out early November, and that was my 2021 game of the year because I mean I enjoyed Resident Evil 8. That was fun, but something about Shin Megami that just had me just stuck and go back in.
You know what's crazy about that? It wasn't on anybody's list.
It was
game of the year.
It was a sleeper. It was a sleeper for me because I was like,
I need to borrow your copy whenever.
I was like, okay, it's Atlas. I like Persona, so I'll give this a shot. And that was my first Shin Megami Tensei game ever, and I was like, oh. Man, this is too cool.
Yeah, let me borrow your hard copy.
Yeah, you will. Sure. Definitely. But So yeah, so just Elden Ring. And so I did that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I took the night off just so I could go back to my exercising, back to my laundry, whatever.
Yep.
Thursday, same thing. I took the night off because I want to do some stuff for the podcast because like all right, Rick, you can't just
play Elden Ring the whole time.
You can't just talk about Elden Ring. Which, I mean, I might, but there's some stuff going on, a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then Friday, I was like, well, finally I could play Elden Ring. But I also want to play King of Fighters 15 because that's such a fun game. And last time I touched it was last week. So I was like, okay, I'm going to play King of Fighters. So I was seeing what the boys were up to. And I think Dirk was available, but I was like, okay. But by the time I finished exercising, it was already kind of late. And Johnny has stuff to do. It's like, okay, whatever. So I just played by myself. So I was playing. And then my buddy Viet gets on there on
Discord.
On Discord. And he's like, hey, I got to do some chores, but in 15 minutes I'm gonna log up and play. Like, okay, get in here. And then Trip came into a chat and he's like, I want to play too. So it was just three of us in rotation. And like I started like around 9 o'clock. I didn't log up to like 1:30.
Yeah,
like,
I was 1 o'clock in the morning, and I saw you and Viet in there, and I wanted to get in there and like talk some shit, and, like just hang out for a little bit. I was like, it's 1 o'clock. Like I'm going to bed. The problem is Phoebe wakes me up at 7. Period.
Just you see that?
Period.
Yeah, that's how dogs are.
Period.
They're used to waking up.
Hey, 7:15.
Feed me.
7:15. I need to go outside.
I got to pay.
I don't go. From now on, I'm not going. I don't go to bed past 1:15. Like I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like
I'm
she's gonna wake me up at 7. Alice doesn't wake up till 9 or 10. Now play some games until she wakes up, and then we go do whatever we got to do.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
Sorry,
no, it's fine. But yeah, I just played King of Fighters. I was like, okay, and it was funny because I was like, okay, I got Blue Mary. I'm pretty sure I'm Blue Mary. I'm in. All right, I like her. Ralph, he's a powerhouse.
Yep.
He's in. And then I was like, Robert, he's kind of like a Ken from Street Fighter, like a Shoto, Tatsu, DP, and stuff like that. I was like, man, Robert's kind of my weak one. And then Viet's like, dude, put him first in the team. You get more experience with him. I was like, you know what? Okay. And surely, little by little, Robert will start to become my strongest character, and now Ralph was becoming my weakest character. I was like, okay. So we still have Blue Mary up front, Ralph at second, and then Robert. But like, I mean, I'll just rotate teams, just pick a different setups, and we just played like, I'm telling you, till 1:30 at night, and just the three of us in there and bouncing back and forth. Like, oh my god! So I'm having so much blast, such a fun time with King of Fighters.
As a curiosity from me, you're preferring it more so than Guilty Gear, because I feel like at this point you played more King of Fighters than Guilty Gear.
I technically have more hours on Guilty Gear. I have like 40 hours on Guilty Gear than I do on King of Fighters. Guilty Gear is very fun, very good, stylized, awesome. But King of Fighters,
what is it about?
I don't know. Maybe because it's 3 people and you have to learn all of them and learn matchups. And at first that was kind of intimidating.
Like a challenge.
Because I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, not only do you have to be good with one character, but learn against someone else's matchups. Now you have to be good with 3 characters and depending against 3 other matchups.
Right.
3 characters. And also the fact that everybody is playing it at the same time and learning at the same time together makes it really, really fun. I still enjoy Guilty Gear, but it almost feels like King of Fighters is right up my alley on the game speed, on the way it functions.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah.
I feel that.
I feel
that. There's nothing wrong with not liking a game as much as the other
I
game.
mean, I still like Guilty Gear, but right now, King of Fighters, I guess because it's still fresh and hot, and I'm having a blast with it. And just learning characters, I'm like...
Okay. Just wanted to know. I wanted your take on that.
Yeah.
Like I prefer certain games to other games regardless. Like Elden Ring over Horizon. Like I love Horizon. Don't get me wrong, but Elden Ring just
I still love fighting games. But right now, King of Fighters is really, really good. But don't get me wrong. I mean, I could at the drop of a hat, if someone says you want to play some Guilty Gear, like I'll play Kaikisuke.
Let's go.
But it could be maybe because King of Fighters is the flavor of the month because it's brand new also.
I get you.
So who knows? But yeah, I'm having a blast. Just going out there learning characters, doing combos, and it's so funny because like I have to start small, start little combos, little 3-4 hit combos, and then 3-4 hit combos. Now link it with this. Okay, now execute it with that. Now add it. Now add. Okay, now make that your bread and butter combo. Like okay, now this is starting to shape up. This is starting to form to a solid character.
Right.
So yeah, definitely Blue Mary, Ralph, and Robert are the ones I've been sitting on right now. So I just got to fine tune them and just make sure I don't drop combos. So I'm having a blast.
I haven't tried out the game yet. I'd like to. Well, next time I come over to your house on Friday next week, I want to give it a shot. I haven't actually played it at all. I haven't seen any gameplay of it other than your stream whenever I hop in there or whatever. But like I kind of want to give it a shot. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, the only problem I have with the game is like sometimes some of the animations, like when you're on fire, they look like when you're on fire, just look like,
It looks weird.
It was a little bad, yeah. But I mean, but I guess that's just the animation. The actual doing the executing the combo parts where you have to be very technical and know how to cancel and input combos and stuff like. So it's kind of hard to do the execution, but it's still fun because even if you just play lane with somebody that has good buttons, like you can still go somewhere.
Right.
So I mean, I'm having a blast with it for sure. And then, like I said, in Elden Ring, I just can't put that game down. Exploring, like I said, I think it was Tuesday night after I finished logging off. I went to Reddit, looking
kept on looking
the Elden Ring Reddit, and I'm like,
it's all memes. Hey, that's all memes.
Yeah,
it's all memes.
But some people show you some things, and then like you start going, you start googling up some builds and where's items and especially like where to find gear and where to find weapons. I'm like, and next thing I know, it's like 12:30. Like, Rick, just stop.
12:30, bro.
But then
already
it's
like
you
passed
asleep,
out.
and then
you're still thinking
and then your
about
brain's
it.
talking. Hey, there's a build that you didn't look up.
You could have done this.
It's the meme which was a cartoon, like it's you, and then your brain's like, hey,
you could have done this.
There's a build you didn't look up yet. Well, I gotta go look it up now.
God damn it.
Yeah. So so that's what I did this whole weekend. I was going to play today, but you're like, hey, I'm barbecuing. You know, we haven't had a barbecue in forever. Been sticking with the workouts, exercising, just swinging the kettlebells. Saturdays are my heavy days. I just want to do like all Tabata formats where it's 40 seconds on, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Yeah, and then just 8 cycles and over and over and just doing everything between lifts, rows, halos, lunges, deadlifts, squats, everything just feels good. And I've been sticking with my diet. So I still had the animal-based diet throughout the month of February, and now we're a week into March. I've added avocados, asparagus, and Brussels sprouts into my diet.
Good
I'm
mix.
still steadily going down on my weight, so I'm still good. I weighed in this morning at 157 and change, 157.2.
Yeah, the carnivore definitely took me further down the hill that I needed to be. Like I was running down the hill, but fucking with carnivore, like it basically just gave me the mine cart to get down to the bottom.
Because the only carbs I get, if anything, is from some of the yogurt I get and some of the cheese that I get.
But
even it's so minimal. And it's so minimal.
It's so small.
Carbs are going down. And like there's only like I was talking about my buddy Johnny. He's like, yeah, there's only like 200 something calories in like in a New York strip. You know, there's only like 11 calories in a hard-boiled egg. So like even your calorie count
drops.
Is going down.
It does is help the calorie deficit.
Yeah.
But as long as you're outputting more than you're inputting, as always, you're gonna lose weight. But also you got to make sure that you're maintaining. So if you're working out really really hard and sweating your ass off and doing like 2 a days or just like a full strong workout, then you need to increase your calorie count. So your net calorie for the day shouldn't be 2,000. It should be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, depending on how much work you're outputting.
Yeah,
you know,
first definitely that. And then like today, I did a big workout, so I make sure I eat a lot today.
Yeah, you ate like a monster whenever you got here, dude. You were fucking putting away shit. Pork rinds, not chips.
Pork rinds, some burger patties, some sausages,
some fajitas, some sausage. Yeah.
So I mean, I feel good. I'm able to get back into my size 2 pan. My size shirt. I mean, I just feel good.
You look good.
Yeah,
you look good. You feel good. That's what that matters, right?
Yeah. And of course, and then did some yard work today. The nice fresh air. So it's
more calories burned.
Yeah. So it's been good. Exercising, swinging the kettlebell. I'm just doing good.
That's good, man. I'm glad you're being healthy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We're both being healthy right now.
Yeah.
Except for me, I'm drinking.
That's fine. You gotta enjoy it. You gotta take some time off.
You gotta have some time. But Monday comes
back to work.
Back to work
For sure.
What do you got for this week, Papa?
So, you guys know I like fighting games. We saw the Street Fighter 6 reveal. So Capcom community, Capcom is releasing this. You have to have a license.
Oh my god! Yeah, I wanted to talk about this so bad.
To do their tournament stuff. So.
Oh, and then you're gonna only have a certain amount of money for the prize pool.
There's. I didn't go. I mean, I skimmed through it.
I'll get it.
I looked some into it, but as for the specifics, like if you're you gotta get a license so you can start doing like tournaments, like stream tournaments. So you have to have a certain criteria that like the entry fee, the prize pool, the people, I think the people in there, the venue, like all sorts of criteria. And the thing is, from what I've gathered, from what I heard, I've listened to other fighting game podcasts talk about it. They said this is nothing new. If you want to do a Fortnite tournament, if you want to do a Call of Duty tournament, if you want to do any of these other tournaments, you have to have these licenses. So it's nothing new. This is just something that Capcom is bringing in, and
Are you with Capcom on this?
to me, it's one of those growing pains things, like the whole esports thing.
Okay.
I think that eventually, if they want to make it esports, that you're gonna have to do this. And I think right now is probably the time to do it with Street Fighter 6 information coming around the corner, and the fact that they had the Capcom Pro Tour going on for several years now. Like, I'm not saying that this is terrible. I'm not saying this is the best, but I'm not surprised that changes are happening. And the thing is, and some people are saying, well, this is going to be the death of grassroots. I'm like, I don't know how that is, because, I mean, from what I heard is all you got to do is go in there. Hey, this is my event. Here's my information. And they'll be like, okay, here, you got the license.
Well, you can't use Street Fighter or Capcom to promote your event. So any of the characters, the name, the font, anything cannot be a part of it.
You can't change it.
It can't even be a part of the marketing material. Okay. Period. So it says right here, one major factor working against the community license already was giving Capcom more control over a system that was already working fine. However, there are more constrictions. All live streams, video, photographs for events would be usable by Capcom without royalties, regardless of the arrangements with photographs and organizers. The prize pool and cash flow, Capcom had even more control over. Capcom would choose to outright ban charging for spectator tickets.
Which got me curious, because they broke it down. They said they were using like very vague wording with a lot of things, so it leads us to interpretation, because Texas Showdown's coming up and down here in Houston, Texas,
right,
and they're gonna have Street Fighter there. Does that mean they can't sell spectator badges?
That's correct.
Because right now they're selling when I last checked their website, they're selling spectator badges for $40 a piece. So I don't know if that's still there or not. And the thing is, that's a good way for a venue for a TO to make extra money for.
If I'm not participating, I want to go hang out.
Yeah,
why not? Like, I'll pay the entry fee to like go hang out and watch the show. Like, but you can't do that if you're gonna feature Street Fighter 5 as one of the games. Period. It doesn't matter. Unless they just like, oh, you have a pass to go watch all the other events, except for this one, you can just walk in. Then that just creates all kinds of another issue.
How are you gonna sort that out?
Where was I? While it isn't guaranteed to happen to every tournament, this is worrying. Capcom could shut down the entire income of an organizer. However, it also extends to prize pools. Capcom had the right to limit them, while the organizer had a say. Capcom would cap or alter the prize pool overall. And it was like $10,000 for like first place or some shit like that, or $10,000 overall. Like, that's the most they could give out as an organization for like a small tournament. So like Option Select wanted to host a Street Fighter 5 tournament. We couldn't use them in our marketing. We wouldn't be able to give out a prize pool over a certain amount of money. Granted, it wouldn't happen like right now because we're grassroots.
Yeah.
But we still have to send in the application, and they would have like, they would be able to like, oh, we can use this footage, we can use whatever.
It becomes their property.
Like, it becomes their property and all that stuff. And it's like at least they're like, I get the double-edged sword of it. Like, it takes away from the grassroots community, but it also lets them still continue to do the tournaments,
the whole esports thing,
because like Nintendo they just don't give a fuck. You're just not doing it.
I mean,
period.
We talked about it with Evo. We don't want
we
don't want Smash and Evo, and they can't do anything about it.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, you can either take what Capcom is giving you as like an olive branch, or you can go the Nintendo route and go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not all the way for it. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's bad. The thing is, it's just one of the growing pains if you want to become esports. And the thing is, I don't do any TOing. I don't do tournament organization, so I don't know what it feels like. I don't know if it's extra paperwork they got to do. So I firsthand do not know how this is going to work out. And so, I mean, and like I said, the other big franchises are already doing it with the Fortnites and the Call of Duties and the Counter Strikes and stuff like that.
Did you see the response to all the backlash from Capcom? Do you want me to read it to you?
Tell me.
All right. So yesterday, this is from Capcom Fighters at Capcom Fighters. Yesterday, we published the new Street Fighter 5 community license agreement for both the Americas and the EMEA, which is European. Our aim was to make running an event with Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition easier. When tournament organizers have contacted Capcom about running community events with Street Fighter 5 in the past, The approval process has always taken a lot more time. We want to make the rules clear and allow for much faster approvals. We're also keen to build tighter relationships with tournament organizers and to encourage safe spaces to play Street Fighter V. Thank you to everyone who has sent us feedback thus far on the new agreement. We are reviewing this feedback with the wider Capcom team, and we'll follow up with more updates soon. So it's still not set in stone, but they are taking our feedback into account. So guys, make your voices heard and let them know what's going on. Talk to your TO. Let them know how you feel about what's happening. Like maybe you want to make more than 10 grand in a tournament, especially if it's as big as Texas Showdown or Capcom Pro. I mean, they're handling that one, but like, what is it, the Combo Breaker?
Combo Breakers or the
big ones.
or like the online weekly, like an OBC or Wednesday night fights. But I mean, I'm sure they already have ties with Capcom. I'm pretty sure. I don't know because. I mean, and other people have questions like, how does Match Reno fit into this? Is that considered a donation or a sponsorship?
Fair
or
enough.
How does that money work out? So, I mean, I don't know. And it does suck. Yeah, I mean, their footage becomes their property. Their photographs becomes their property. It's like, I mean, if you're willing to sign away that, hey, man, because some people are okay with it. They want the exposure. They want to get their name out there. But
you know who James Chen is?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see what his tweet was in reply to that?
I'm not a big fan of James Chen.
Okay, fair enough. He said, instead of looking at larger, more established esports as a template, take the time to assess our scene as its own unique entity and use the opportunity to be an innovator of something better for us. There's a reason why FGC is so resistant to the current concept of esports, which I kind of agree with that. Like, you got to do something based off what your brand allows and what your content allows. FGC isn't as big as Overwatch,
Counter-Strike,
as Fortnite.
Yeah.
So why would you do the same thing that everybody else is doing?
Yeah,
right?
and personally, me, I prefer the grassroots scene. I like that, the small things. But some people, they want to make bread off of fighting games. And hey, dude, if you want to, that's up to you, bro. Do what you can, get your money. But
also some TOs are kind of shit. Let's be real there.
Yeah.
They take all the money and run.
I've heard
We've seen that happen with even with Mikkel's not even a tournament, but like a convention organizer, a CO. Right? They just take all the money and like, oh, we're not gonna pay the actors or the special guests or whatever.
Pack up and leave town.
Yeah, just pack up and leave. Yeah. What the fuck happened to those guys? Space City.
Yeah, when they had that Son of Anarchy cast.
Never came back, bro. Yeah. Never met him, B.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, that's going on right now. Like I said, I'm not a tournament organizer, but
we should.
It is. I mean, I've always thought about it, just having a little event. But I mean, I'm not talking about like money, but just have the gang come over, do round robin stuff.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But why not?
And that's what I originally wanted to do when we first started doing the podcast. But then the whole COVID hit, and that's like, well,
maybe we can start now. COVID's over, right?
For me, it is.
It's been over.
It's been over.
It always has been.
Yeah, I already got it. I'm done.
I've had it twice. Let's go.
Yeah.
Speaking of fighting games,
what happened?
I want to bring up Persona 4 Ultimate. Yeah. It's gonna have rollback in the summer, not at launch, but in the summertime. What do you think about that? I
think it's great. They needed it, and I'm glad that Arc System's going back and going back to their old games and give them rollback.
It's a new old game, right?
It's an old game. Yeah, it's old. It's been out for already.
It's an old new game.
Yeah,
because it was out on PS3 or PS4 or some shit like that. Yeah. But they're bringing it back out on PC, coming in April. If I'm not the first or second week, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna add rollback netcode in the summertime," which I'm assuming it would take time because hey, it is an older game that they're porting over to PC and of the like. So yeah, they have to like implement this new code.
Yeah, and I love
which is fine
because they did it with BB Tag, and they're doing beta testing right now, and it's gonna come out in April. They're gonna have a rollback, and which is great because BB Tag is one of my favorite games. It's a straight up Kosoge game, but I mean the fact it's getting rollback, I love it. Now I want Eunice to have it,
but at least it's coming out within the same year and not 2-3 years down the road like it did with what was it, BB Tag or Eunice or whatever.
Or poor Grand Blue Fantasy didn't come out with it. It came out right in March. Yeah, 2020.
Yeah,
and didn't have rollback, and that game just
it flopped. Yeah, because of that.
And I hate to tell people your game is dead, but that game is not going anywhere because there's just it can't survive in this current day.
It's a shame though, man. Like when games do that, like it's a solid game. Otherwise, if it wouldn't have been for like the multiplayer.
Yeah.
But like to be honest, I kind of wish the multiplayer for Elden Ring was better. Because there's still some issues with that too. Like
for the most part,
I hate on that.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I mean, I've had good experiences when me and Jackal played.
How many times did Jackal DC though?
Jackal did see. I said I had a good experience. I don't know.
Me and you had a good experience.
We had a good experience.
Jackal DC
I mean,
quite a few times.
Yeah, we're 30 miles away from each other. We're okay.
Jackal was 300 miles away.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, it wasn't great for him.
no, not for him at all.
But of course, that was the worst first week, and I know.
And then they kept on growing and growing.
Yeah.
Like last night we were trying to play and we got disconnected 3 times last night. Not
Did ya?
we as in like, well, like I was in a group with House and his boys and they got disconnected and I got disconnected. And
They had a what was like a server
server
update
update?
like on Tuesday, and I was doing something. Just, like, I was and my poor boy Lax, he was fighting Crucible Knight,
Oh no!
and he DC'd halfway through that fight.
No, that's the worst, dude. It's the
Felt
worst.
bad, man.
Felt bad for him.
Yeah. Let me go back to Elden Ring.
Sure.
My only, and I know this is the second week, and I know I had like just my rose-colored glasses, and I
Sure.
still love the game. Still love the game.
Sure.
The only thing that's annoying to me now is just the frame drops. I know you don't have that situation because you have a nice monitor with the NVIDIA
The
G-Sync.
G-Sync, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have that. I just have a Zowie 1080p
Well,
monitor.
maybe we need to bump you up, huh?
I love my 1080p.
We'll get you a 1080p G-Sync though.
Maybe.
But I've been playing on that.
I know it's a beautiful screen.
It's fucking
Yeah,
gorgeous.
well, I love my Zowie BenQ because it's like been like the fighting game standard. Because
Yeah. But we can get some G-Sync on that bitch. Anyway.
or my
I get
other
it.
monitor. But anyway, that's the only problem I had is the screen the FPS stutters here and there.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's just annoyance. And the thing is to me that this game is so good on so many levels that the fact that it's just marred by
fucking minor.
it's something so small that makes tarnishes the game. Something so small, it's annoying. That's so sad because Sekiro, I played the PC port. You gifted it to me during the summer.
Mhm.
I had no problems with
But
Sekiro
also,
at all.
it was also the Game of the Year edition, which came out a year and a half after the fact. Like, let's not sugarcoat the fact that any Dark Souls game that comes out on PC, period, always has some growing pains.
How was Sekiro at launch? Okay,
It wasn't good.
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
Okay, you're right.
I mean, it was solid, but it was just like Elden Ring is now. But if you go back to Dark Souls 1, it was fucking terrible. It was 720p in a 1080p or 1440p era, and then you had Dark Souls 2, which just had connectivity issues constantly. Then you had Dark Souls 3, which had the stuttering issues, the same thing that they have now. Like it happens, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Horizon, whenever that came out on PC, it had growing pains all the way up until like 6, 7, 8 months down the road. You run into those because on PC there's so many different hardware configurations. There's so many different factors that you have to take into effect. You're not
different processor, different graphics card, different monitors.
But the only thing that I count as a negative right now is the fact that they developed it for PlayStation. They developed it for Xbox, and those still can't even hit 60. So were they overly ambitious with this title? They didn't release it on previous gens, right?
I wouldn't say overly.
PS4.
Yeah, I wouldn't say overly ambitious. Not like Cyberpunk. That was overly ambitious.
That was overly
sure.
ambitious for sure. But like, let's be real here. They've released on current and next gen consoles, and even the next gen consoles with their current power and loading times and all that stuff, they still can't hit a consistent 60 FPS gameplay. Now, the only saving grace on consoles is if you have a TV like this or a monitor like that one and you're playing on Xbox, because as of right now, as of today, PlayStation does not support VRR, G-Sync, or FreeSync. It just does not. And that's a problem. Xbox, out of the box, bro, supports all that shit, which is really good for lower frame rate games because it just looks smooth. Like whether it's playing at 30 FPS or it's playing everywhere between 30 FPS to 60 FPS, it's going to look smooth as shit, which is what VRR and FreeSync is so good for. Variable refresh rate for those who don't know. And that's what makes the Xbox a little bit more superior. Now, where Xbox falls off, for whatever the fuck reason, is loading times. Loading times on Xbox are like 15, 20 seconds to get into the zone, whereas PlayStation 5 is like 5 seconds. It's super fast. But you have the stutters on PlayStation, and you don't have the stutters on Xbox, but you have the longer loading times. And
Give and take trade-offs.
they're doing full 4K, which is also a problem. They need to do a dynamic resolution, which isn't existing right now. Like, I want to know how Demon Souls looked as good as it did. It looks, let's be real, honest.
Well, Bluepoint did a good job, for sure.
They did.
And Bluepoint didn't have to start from scratch. They already had the source material.
Correct.
So, they did their Bluepoint magic.
But let's be real here. Demon Souls is leaps and bounds better looking, and more fluid
I can say more fluid. I'll say fluid.
Leaps and bounds better looking also because it also has ray tracing than Elden Ring. Now, granted, it isn't an open world. It is not.
That's true. You gotta take that account.
It is not an open world game, but it does have large environments, has super fast loading times, and great particle effects, great lighting effects. Everything in there is fucking great. The multiplayer and everything is phenomenal. And that's why Elden Ring put out that statement a few months before it actually came out. From Software put out, it was like, oh, well, Bluepoint made it really hard for us to release this game as good as Bluepoint's Demon Souls looks right now, because they hit it out of the fucking park.
Yeah.
Like, if Elden Ring looked like that right now, it's never going to look like that, by the way. Never. Ever.
Bluepoint. From Software by Bluepoint.
Sony already bought them.
I know.
But like, what I'm saying is like Elden Ring will never look, to me, it will never look as good as.
I hope they
Demon's
patch it
Souls.
over or something. I don't know. But the thing is, that was my going back to Sekiro. My only problem was like I played the PC port or the PC version. Granted,
Right.
You're right. It is a year
in.
so I don't know how much of a difference they made. But I had zero issues with Sekiro playing it.
Also, no multiplayer, no shadows walking around. Right? They don't have no multiplayer aspect whatsoever to
But they
Sekiro.
have Sekiro running around dying.
Nope.
Little bloodstains.
They maybe have bloodstains,
Well, you can see him and he's like, oh, he died.
but that's it. Like, there's no white phantom running around showing like that somebody was just there. That doesn't exist.
You're right.
Right? There's no multiplayer aspect at all. There's no invasions. There's no network.
No.
There's none of that. So it's just the game.
There's no innovations.
It's just the game, which kind of makes me think like, what if they just did just the game?
I don't know. I think that's part of that.
But I played offline. I played offline too. Doesn't make a fucking difference. It still has the little stutters every once in a while when you're learning into a new area.
And like I said, that's my only problem. Like after seeing Sekiro and what they did with there, and then seeing Elden Ring, I was like,
it's a little bit of a
3 years,
downgrade.
but it's different. You're right. It's apples to pomegranates.
Yeah, fair.
But like I said, that's the only thing that there's
It's your gripe.
just a gripe, a little tarnish on such a wonderful game.
It's like 0.5 off the perfect 10.
Exactly. I mean,
But it could end up being that perfect 10 though. Like eventually, whenever they fix whatever the optimization issue is, and that goes away, then maybe you don't have that issue anymore. Then what does it matter?
Yeah.
But we go back to that quote where the delayed game is eventually good,
Shigeru Miyamoto. Yep.
or a rush game is forever bad.
For real.
I don't think this is a rush game because it was delayed. I think that the game is as a foundation is solid.
For sure, 100%.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The scale is crazy. The amount of things that you can do, and the fact that you hate open world games and you are exploring, and it's got you drawn in is crazy to me.
And a couple times a night, I have been going back to Breath of the Wild. I got rid of my old save and started a new game.
Oh, did you?
And I just go and I was like, oh yeah, this is open world done right. This is what I like. This is what I like a lot.
I need to get back to that
because the game just says, hey, you just woke up, get these 4 items at the starting area. Hey, you go kill 4 divine beasts, but if you want to do something else, go.
Hey, but also good luck.
And that's how it is with Elden Ring. It's like, hey, you should go to this castle, but
you might not want.
Bro, if you want to go there, hey, knock yourself out, bro. I mean,
I ain't mad at that.
I love it.
I need to go back and actually complete that game.
Yeah,
I need to actually complete it.
But like I said, that's my only issue with Elden Ring is just the fact that happens. But they do everything else so well. It's just
it does everything. The combat is fluid.
Having a blast. And the thing is,
builds are
there is
fluid.
open world, so you could go explore, and they do have tight labyrinth-like areas where you have to go around and play tight and be real claustrophobic and look around the corners and maybe find a sewer that leads to another open area that might give you an upgrade.
An optional boss.
They still have that too. So it's like, I get
There's
everything.
so many optional bosses.
Because, like I said,
so many.
One of my highlights from Bloodborne is you go around, you kick a ladder, shortcut. And you have some of that too in Stormvale Castle. You go around, you unlock the elevator that gives me, I love it.
God. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, thank God, yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah, no, he definitely, they definitely went all out for this game. And I know we're going to harp on it. We're going to continue harping on it.
We'll talk about it when Kevin gets over here tonight during the
year. The game is amazing. I hope Kevin feels the same way. I somehow doubt it. I don't think he's gotten enough time
and
with
that's
it.
Another thing too, I feel bad. Like some people say 10-10, everybody should play. Like, no, this is 10-10 for like people who love Souls games and like From Software
games. It isn't
games.
for everybody.
But it's not for everybody. Don't get fooled. Don't be fooled. Don't think just because it's all these other media outlet video game outlets gave it 10 cents doesn't mean it's also perfect for you.
Well, let me explain something real quick.
Explain
If you like a challenge and you like overcoming adversity, whether it be in your personal life or in your fantasy life with a video game or something like that, you're gonna love this game. If you want to be guided, if you want your handheld, if you want, if you just want everything just handed to you, or you want to just one shot a boss, this isn't your game.
Yeah.
This isn't your game. The story's not gonna be handed to you.
The story's
you gotta go
there
out there
if you want it.
You got to go out there and find it, guys.
Yeah.
And it's just like life. Like life is challenging. It's hard. It isn't just handed to you.
The curveballs.
And there's a lot of curveballs. And there's a lot of times where you're going to be knocked down and then knocked down again and then knocked down again. And then fuck it. There's going to be 15 more times you get knocked down. But then you pick yourself back up. You learn from your mistakes, especially in boss fights. You learn from your mistakes.
100%.
And you learn how to overcome adversity. And then you pass that shit. And once you do it, you feel so much better about your experience with the game, with your experience with life. It doesn't matter. You just feel better overall. And that's what the main attraction is to these games. And if you go in there just expecting to get your handheld like this is fucking Skyrim and there's going to be some little marker on the map that just points you where you need to go, you're in the wrong game. If you want a challenge, if you want adversity, if you want to learn from your mistakes, if you want to be creative and do things differently, this is the game for you guys. And I expect that everybody who goes into this game goes into it with that mentality, because not everything is handed to you in this game.
Mm.
But once you learn something, like I did, I learned where to go. It's like I learned where to get by things. And now I can break the game in 30 minutes. Like the beginning areas or not even the first 4 bosses who took me aback for 20 hours, 25 hours are not even a challenge to me anymore. Like those things can happen, and that's what's the beauty of this game.
For sure.
Is it always surprises you, and it'll always fucking punish you. It's a balanced scale.
Another thing too, when I'm streaming and people come in there and just ask about the game, I always say, look, do you have a PlayStation 5? If you do, you probably have the PlayStation Plus collection. Go and download Bloodborne. If you like this game, if you enjoy Bloodborne, you're gonna have more of this there.
And I want to tell you,
that's what I tell everybody. So like, go play Bloodborne. If you have PlayStation 5, go and if you have a blast with that game, then yeah.
And I want to tell you thank you for the bet.
Oh,
because I'm glad I lost that bet, because without you enforcing that bet on me,
revitalizing your love for From Software,
revitalizing my love from Software, because I hadn't played a From Software game from Demon's Souls PS3 version. And yeah, man, like I went through all the Soulsborne games except for Sekiro, which I will go back to eventually. And I'm in love, dude. Like these games, there's no equivalent. And it's so hard to compare it to something else, because nothing like it exists except for like maybe Fallen Order if you play on like a medium to hard difficulty, or Mortal Shell. Like these games just don't really exist, right? Like
for sure.
Or roguelikes for that matter, like Hades or Risk of Rain, things like that. Like those types of games, they Binding of Isaac, those types of games, they definitely they bleed into that type of culture, but it isn't necessarily the same thing. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a challenge. I'm looking for, because we have friends that like playing games on easy mode, right? Which is fine. But like, what are you getting from that? You're getting a story? Like, go watch a movie.
I'm in the same boat.
Hey, go watch a movie, right?
I'm in the same boat, yeah.
But I'm playing Horizon. Horizon's hard. It's not easy. You die. If you fuck up, you die. Like, you get surrounded, you're gonna die real fast, right? You can bump up the difficulty. Oh shit, it gets. But like, I played God of War on the hardest difficulty, and I was like, whoa, let me tone this shit back. But legitimately, God of War on the hardest difficulty at a fresh start is way harder than any Souls game I've ever played, hands down.
I haven't played God of War on the hardest difficulty
as a fresh start.
I haven't played on difficult.
No powers, no armor. No, go fuck yourself. It's so hard. But like I was like, oh, I want a challenge, so I'm gonna play Give Me God of War. No, I don't want this challenge anymore. This is too much. I'll go back.
Well, the thing is with From Software games, yes, they're hard, but the thing is they show you along the way. This is how you're gonna get better,
and they give you all the tools to get better.
You're gonna get better. Yeah, when a game is just when you have an option to put the game on the most hardest difficulty, it's like the game is just being difficult out of the box just for the sake
no
of being
reason.
difficult.
Exactly.
Yeah. From Software, yes, it's difficult, but you learn along the way, and you have hard lessons, and you learn.
Right.
Okay, phase 2, he goes for the extra attack. Now I know.
Right. So like I went into Market like level 15. I was like, oh, I don't need to be here at all. Like I need to go the other side of the map and do other things, and then maybe I can come back. And then I did.
That's what I did. Yeah.
I went to the other side of the map. I was like, oh, I can
100%.
I can kill people here, and I level up a little bit more, and okay, now I'm stronger. So now I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna fight Market.
You still get bodied. You'll get bodied a couple times.
I got bodied, and then you do that, and then you go into the castle, and you're like, oh, the castle's way harder than where I was.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard? And you get to Godfrey. Why is he so much harder than the rest of them? He's got a dragon arm. What the fuck?
He literally has a dragon arm. No, also,
I want that weapon. I want to make a build on that weapon alone. Both because you can duplicate because of the turtles, the walking turtles or whatever. I want to duplicate.
And I want to do. I found one. I don't know what to do with them. I saw one walking around.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
You knock the white stuff off their arms.
That's what
so
it
their
is?
legs, you got to knock the white stuff, they fall down.
Okay.
It's easy. It,
Okay.
If you visit the vendors a lot, one of the earliest vendors will give you I think the first vendor in the church. He gives you a little paper. If you buy it and you read it, it tells you that you just knock the stuff off their arms. And I was like, oh, because Jackal didn't know what to do with it either. We were like 15 hours in. Jackal didn't know what to do with it either. I was like, oh, I have this thing that I never read. Let me read it. And I read it. I was like, oh, we just go over.
The game does that.
And we just started knocking stuff off the arms. Oh, there it is. It's done. And he fell down. And we was like, oh, we don't even have a great rune to.
The game does.
We didn't even beat the boss. We're like, oh, now we know what to do now, I guess.
You know what the funny thing is too? When I was playing King of Fighters last night, I did Ralph's first because they give you 5 trial combos to do.
Yeah.
And I was stuck on the 5th one, and that was last week. So last night I went back to it, and I was able to get the last combo. I was like,
nice.
Was this because I was able to just be more? I don't know, because from
hand-eye coordinated.
Yeah, and Elden Ring, you better be able to move and function
on point.
And somehow, like, I think that translated into doing a combo for Ralph. Because I was
there
like,
you go.
I think I got it because of this.
All right, so enough of the Elden Ring.
No, I'm not done with it. I'm not done. And you're right. Going back to what gives you a high of that kind of game, to me, it's fighting games.
For sure.
Because there's nothing on the, like being at the edge, at the very last tip of your life, at the last flask, barely avoiding and getting the last hit and winning. That's how I get with fighting games. That's why I love From Software and fighting games, because I can't get that anywhere else.
Yeah, facts.
100%.
You're right.
Yeah, because when I'm about to defeat the Crucible Knight, like after an hour of trying, I just put the controller down. I just let it soak in. I was like, yes, I got him.
Did it?
Got him.
Yeah, dude.
Great.
Legend defeated or whatever.
Yeah, that feeling, I can't get anywhere else. I'm not gonna get it on freaking Night in the Woods. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get it in freaking Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not gonna get that feeling.
Well, you could if you played on the hardest difficulties.
Again,
it's a tough ass game.
Again, yeah. But it's just like I don't get those with those other games.
I feel it. I feel it.
So Persona 4 Ultimate Access is getting.
We're back to that. Yeah, they're getting a rollback netcode in the summer.
In the summer. So it's coming up. So I got one that I think you might have some good input for. Square Enix Guardian of the Galaxy had, quote, strong reviews, but the game, which was developed by Crystal Dynamics, did not meet sales expectations.
Really?
That's what they said.
That's about. So I need to go back and beat that game. Though.
So I don't know what that means. I mean,
what were their expectations?
I have no
10
idea.
million copies?
Because remember, same happened with Marvel's Avengers. Remember, they were like, we're not happy about it, and they're like, maybe it wasn't the best fit for whoever they handed it to.
But also, it's coming out on Game Pass this month. Yeah, it's coming out on Game Pass this month. Month.
Yeah. Again, I don't know how the pricing works. I've heard different stories.
$60. I paid $30. I paid $30 for it. It's a great game. It's a great game for $60. It's a great game for $30. I haven't completed it yet, but I need to go back to it.
But like yeah,
I might just restart the entire game because I'm so far removed from it. You know what I mean?
I do that.
Yeah.
I do that a lot sometimes. But yeah, they had strong reviews, but it didn't get their sales up. And I don't know what they expect. I don't know if they were.
What do they expect from? They expect Call of Duty numbers? Is that what you're expecting?
I have no idea.
Is that
Final Fantasy numbers maybe? Because Final Fantasy is probably their strongest.
That was
flagship.
pretty niche though. Let's be real.
Which one?
Final Fantasy VII Remake was pretty niche.
Think so?
I don't know.
I think it's pretty big.
I mean, it's big, but like you're also you're going after the early to late 30 market male, right? That's what you were going for. You weren't going for anything else because who knows Final Fantasy VII other than the people that were at least 10 to 15 years old in 1997 when the game came out, and then that wanted to replay the first 3 hours of the game over 40 hours.
For sure, it hit the older millennials, my target range, my age, for sure.
It hit our millennial target range, for
but
sure.
I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy.
It's a big name.
It's
a big name. But did 15 meet their sales expectations?
I don't know. Which is 13?
15.
15.
With what's his face?
With the boys, yeah, with
boys,
the Noctis
with the boys.
and all
Noctis, thank you.
I don't know, but I know for sure 7's always been one of the biggest ones forever.
Sure.
Back when we were kids, when we were younger.
We were kids.
Yeah, we were kids. We were in middle school.
I was I was 10. I was in 5th grade.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I could be biased because I love 7, but I think 7 is one of the biggest ones Final Fantasy ever.
But that's the problem, though. It is the biggest one. And if you compare everything to your biggest success,
for sure,
you're never going to hit that.
In comparison,
you're never going to hit that. It's going to you're putting 7 up on a pedestal, which it rightfully deserves to be, right? 7 deserves to be on that pedestal because it earned that right. But nothing else has earned that right. And if you don't put the promotion and the marketing materials behind Guardians of the Galaxy or the Lara Croft trilogy or whatever else fucking Crystal Dynamics develops, if you don't put that amount of effort behind Final Fantasy, behind those games like you did Final Fantasy, then it's never going to live up to that hype. But then again, that game is not for everybody. Just the same way Final Fantasy VII isn't for everybody. It still hasn't even come out. Oh, did it come out on Xbox finally?
No, I think it
came out on PC, right?
Epic Game Store, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But it still hasn't come out on Xbox.
No,
you limited yourself to one console, right? How many people bought it, or how many people that wanted to buy it that didn't buy it? I know people that only play Xbox that didn't buy it because it didn't come out on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
So like what sales expectations are we talking about here?
That Square Enix has? I don't know.
Like what do you have?
Maybe they thought just the name of Guardian of the Galaxies / Marvel would be enough to garnish some attention and sales. I don't know. Maybe
you didn't get Chris Pratt, you didn't get Bautista, you didn't get Vin Diesel, you didn't get Zoe Saldana. You didn't get their likenesses. You got their costumes. You didn't get Bradley Cooper. I mean, you did well. All the voice acting was great. All the music was great. But like, you didn't get those things that are gonna pull. If you got Chris Pratt in a Star-Lord thing and you promoted it as that with Chris Pratt promoting, or Bradley Cooper promoting, or Vin Diesel promoting, or Bautista promoting, or Zoe Saldana promoting, I guarantee that game would have done way better. But you had to do the best with what you had. Right? Marvel only allows you so much.
That's true.
Now, is it sales comparisons as to Spider-Man? Because I can tell you right now, between Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy...
Well, Spider-Man's probably the biggest. I think I saw an NPD of Spider-Man was like the biggest superhero.
Right. That's my point. Are you comparing it to that?
Well, I mean, we've had other games where Ubisoft has...
That's not even...
Giancarlo Esposito as a voice actor. So, I mean, you have a big name, but it doesn't always translate. For the intro.
For 5 minutes, right?
He just kept looking, where's my check?
But like, that's what my point is. Are you comparing yourself against Spider-Man? Are you comparing yourself against Batman Arkham City series? What are you comparing yourself to?
Good question.
What is it? What were they comparing it to? Did it sell more than 1 million copies? I'm pretty sure it did. I'm pretty positive it sold more than 1 million copies. So what exactly was their comparison?
Good question.
Why was it? I mean, if it was so well reviewed, and most of the video game developers and publishers, they get paid off the reviews. They don't get paid off of how well it sells. Did it hit an 85% positive average? Did it hit that? Dude, did you hear about Guardians of the Galaxy getting review bombed?
Did they?
Did you hear about it? No.
It kind of just showed up.
Because it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
It showed up, you played it, and then it kind of went as fast as it came. Yeah. In my opinion.
I want to keep playing it, but like other things came out, dude. Like we had so much things come out last year. Like, was I going to play that or was I going to play something else?
I don't know.
But like, I still own it. It's still
you still own it, yeah, but I maybe that kind of attests to its...
It's right here.
Yeah, maybe that attests to its power that it was
I need to play it.
Fun.
But it's still fun. It's still a great game.
Yeah.
It's still fun, action oriented. But what are they comparing it to? Are you comparing it to Spider-Man? Because you're out of your fucking mind.
Spider-Man's the biggest.
Because Spider-Man has always been a bigger franchise than Guardians of the Galaxy. You know why? You know how I know that? You want to know why?
Because you got a little Spider-Man tattoo right
fucking Spider-Man came out on movie theaters way before Guardians of the Galaxy did.
For sure.
Guardians of the Galaxy didn't even fucking exist
There's a
until...
Spider-Man animated series in the 90s. Remember that one?
There was no Guardians of the Galaxy animated series.
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy didn't even fucking exist until anybody's mind, up until the fact that they were introduced in the Marvel Universe during the Avengers series.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cared about Iron Man. Let's be real. Nobody cared about Iron Man.
They were all C roster.
All C roster.
Yeah.
Captain America, Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Eternals, that's D roster, let's be real.
That's F roster.
Any of these characters, nobody cared about any of these characters. It was all about X-Men. It was all about Spider-Man. It was all about those characters. The main
For sure.
draws, the Incredible Hulk, which was why Incredible Hulk had way more of an advanced time frame than the Avengers series, plural. Then Robert Downey Jr. came in, made Iron Man. And this is where it started taking out.
Yeah.
The rest is history. Like nobody gives a fuck about Black Widow or Hawkeye. They're still gonna make shows about it because now everybody cares.
That's hype.
Now, but like, as far as like Guardians, nobody gave a fuck.
I knew Groot existed, but I knew it was like only because Copeland told me about it. Like,
tell me how many Guardians of the Galaxy comics you have ever read. Go.
0.
None. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. You've seen the movies though, right? You seen both movies?
I've seen the first 2 movies.
Yeah. Did you know?
First one was great.
Did you know who the Collector was? Nah. Did you know what the Titans or not? What were they called?
Celestials.
Celestials. You know what they were? Nah.
And not until Internals. But I'm a wear feather
A fair weather
fan of comic books. So,
but like that's what I'm saying is like I grew up reading X-Men. I grew up reading Gen 13. I grew up reading Witchblade, Spawn, things like that. Like none of X-Men wasn't, they're not good movies. Spawn wasn't a great movie either. You know, Gen 13 doesn't exist. You know, it's funny because like out of all these things, like my favorite movies are Deadpool, and Deadpool isn't even the greatest comic either.
They did a good job with Deadpool.
But Deadpool was just so good. But that's my whole point is like, what were their sales expectations? What were they?
I don't know.
It's like me releasing a bullshit movie, right? It's like me being Kevin Smith and I release Clerks. And then I'm like, oh, well, Clerks didn't live up to my expectations. It's still a multi-million-dollar movie, right? It didn't live up to my expectations. It wasn't Star Wars. It wasn't The Mandalorian. It wasn't whatever movie, the blockbuster movie that came out. That movie didn't meet my expectations. I still made millions and millions of dollars off of it, but it wasn't my expectations, right?
Again, I don't know what's great.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is like, what were your expectations? Did you want
Somebody
it to be
enjoyed
Spider-Man?
it. You enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I still need to go back and finish it. That's my deal. I got distracted. That's my problem.
It's a good game, but you got distracted.
It's a good game. No, nothing wrong with that game whatsoever. But that's all I'm saying. Is like, it's like, okay, I could have made Clerks. It could have been, made millions of dollars.
I didn't care for Clerks.
I'm just saying. That's Kevin Smith's like.
I know.
That's his magnus opus or whatever. But I'm just saying like, oh, but it didn't do Avengers numbers, so it didn't live up to my expectations.
Well, I remember Disney saying that's why they're not going to do any more spin-off movies because Han Solo. I mean, any other movie studio would have killed to have the kind of numbers that Solo had, but for Disney, they weren't happy with it. So ever since then, they're like, yeah, we're not doing any more spin-off movies.
That's a shame because Han Solo was great.
I
enjoyed it.
It was fun, especially Rogue One.
Rogue One was good too.
Yeah,
but like, what?
I have no idea.
Make a show. Make a show. Shows are way more cheaper to produce and direct, and they make way more fans.
And then you put on your streaming service, done.
And then you put it on your streaming service, and you flock more people to your streaming service. Why do you need to sell movie tickets? Why are we still doing this, guys? Like, what world are we living in where the internet doesn't exist?
I'm going back to Elden Ring.
Okay. God damn it.
This is an Elden Ring podcast. Shut up, guys.
We're not even the options like possible.
ER boys. So, Hidetaka Miyazaki. He had an interview with the New Yorker. Hidetaka Miyazaki. Yeah, he had a interview with the New Yorker, and they asked him about the game, right? He says, I do feel apologetic toward anyone who feels there's too much to overcome in my games. But I just want as many players as possible to experience the joy that comes from overcoming hardship. And I was just like, I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that at all.
I was like, yeah, he just doesn't hand it to you. You have to earn it. And go back to the conversation you had about, or what we both said that there's not too many games you get that feeling from.
Nope.
So I saw that. I was like,
Hades was one of them.
He's one of them too. That felt good. Yeah.
And Mikkel went way further than we ever did. I'd like to see her play a From Software game.
Yeah.
I would pay money for
I
that.
love Hades. Hades was more my 2020. Yeah.
That's 2020
That's
for
my
sure.
2020
GOTY.
Yeah. So I mean, going to Goaty Talks, like I know it's early, but like damn, Elden Ring, like
Top of the charts.
it's gonna be up there. It's gonna be up there. Everything better pull out all the stops if they're gonna try to gun down for that spot. And even if it doesn't get it, or another game should get it, it's just accolades. It doesn't matter. But already in my book, Elden Rings is already there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Pokemon.
Do it.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet
You messaged me Sunday morning when I woke up. I was like,
was announced this past weekend, and I sent you the video.
I saw. I
And
did.
I
I did the.
Mad upset.
I did the.
Mad upset, dude. I can't tell you how
Who
upset
played
I was.
Spider-Man? The Sam Raimi movies.
Oh, Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
Put the glasses on.
Yeah. I don't,
What was it? What was that?
I was like Arceus Legends, and then like Scarlet and Violet,
Oh no!
and then I saw the Pokemon.
So we've been
I'm
beta
in.
testing. So we've been beta testing Arceus for Scarlet and Violet this entire time, guys. That's what we've been doing.
Well,
Beta testing
we're
the
beta
open world.
testing Arceus for, I guess, their other studio. They're
Yeah.
gonna do the whole open world actually,
yeah.
and then Scarlet and Violet's back to the whole what they've done with the last 9 gens.
No, Scarlet and Violet is open world, same way as Arceus.
You think so?
No, it is. You didn't watch the trailer that I sent you?
I saw some of the trailer, but I got the vibes like Sword and Shield, where you have some open areas.
Open world.
Okay, I gotta go look at it again because
It's-
I thought it was Sword and Shield.
It's Arceus with new Pokemon. And that's what drives me crazy about it. That's why I'm so upset about this game, and I'm so upset that it got announced so early.
Did
I know it's coming
you-
out November, October, whatever, somewhere
Holidays,
around there.
of course.
Holidays, and I'm very upset about this. Not only Pokemon Snap came out October,
Yeah.
right?
I
And
don't,
then
fuck,
you
I don't
had-
fuck with Pokemon Snap.
No, well, Pokemon Snap came out, and then
Okay.
you had was it Diamond and Pearl?
Diamond Pro, yeah.
Diamond and Pearl came out, and then you had Arceus come out, and now you got fucking
Violet and Scarlet come
Violet
out.
and Scarlet. So that's 6 Pokemon games. Because I'm counting them as double titles. Diamond, Pearl.
They have different SKUs, so yeah, they're different
Diamond,
games. I don't
Pearl,
know when Pokemon Snap came out. I think it might have been late.
It's within the past 6 months.
No, not Pokemon Snap.
Yep. Let me get this for you.
I'd say late 2020 when Pokemon Snap came out.
Was it?
I'll put money on it.
Oh, okay. Let's find out here.
Chat, let us know if you're in here.
April 30th, 2021.
Okay, never mind then.
So past
Okay.
11 months.
Yeah.
So Pokemon Snap, Diamond, Pearl, Arceus, Scarlet, and Violet.
And not to mention
6 games in a year.
Didn't they have another one on the Switch, the free to play one, Pokemon Unite?
Yeah.
It's like a mobile game. Yeah.
Yeah. So even then, even if you take away Snap, 5 games in a year. That's
Milking the cow, baby.
hard on
Such-
people's wallets. That's hard on people's time. You know what I mean?
But did you see the green little cat Pokemon?
Could you? I don't give a fuck, bro. Could you
I'm already
imagine?
in. I never picked the grass Pokemon in my life, and I am about to start now.
I've lost all the energy in my body. Could you imagine if Elden Ring had 2 different versions where you could only get certain weapons on one and certain weapons on the other, or like half the map on one and half the map on the other? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine? Please tell me.
I wouldn't love it as much.
You wouldn't love it as much, right?
wouldn't love it
It
as
would be
much.
fucking pretty money grubby, right?
Pretty fucking good.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And imagine if Elden Ring released a game that was single player only, like Sekiro, and then they released another game with all the same exact things but multiplayer 6 months later. Would you still be a fan of FromSoft? Would you still be that fan? You would.
But From Software doesn't have those cute little cuddly animals.
Yeah. They also don't have a $10 a month service where you can transfer your Pokemon around too.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that. I ain't buying that.
Oh, but you got a weapon on one. Would you want to transfer it over to
$10
$10 a month, dude? If you want to.
Oh no, that wouldn't
Wouldn't fly, would you? Right?
That
Yeah.
doesn't fly.
This is pretty fucking money grubby, dude.
But the thing
not only
is-
that, but you got a mobile game.
But they
Pokemon
can
Go.
do that though because Pokemon is the biggest IP in the world.
Correct. More so than Marvel.
Yeah, literally the biggest IP in the world.
In the
So you can do that.
You can.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not
up
saying
to
it's
a certain
right.
point.
And you're right. I'm
Up
not
to a
saying it's
certain point,
right.
because even Call of Duty at this point is like, we're not gonna do a yearly release anymore because we got bought out by Microsoft.
Yeah.
But
They're finally. Yeah, I guess they're finally taking a step back. I mean, of course, with everything that's
Microsoft
going on,
is
yeah.
making them do that. But like, Pokemon needs to take that step back and be like, what do we need to reevaluate here? Where do we need to be better? Where do we need to grow? Arceus was a step in the right direction. A step, not a leap, but a very gradual, small step forward. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Well, it's more than what they did with Sword and Shield. Cause I feel Sword and Shield was that baby step in a different direction.
Yeah, and I think Arceus
just built upon that.
It's another baby step forward.
Yeah.
But what they need to do is think about the step between. If we're just gonna keep talking about Elden Ring. Think about the step between. Think about the fucking step between Bloodborne and Elden Ring. Think about that step. That's not a fucking step. We're just gonna go over there like 6 miles down the road. We're gonna jump.
It's a big jump.
That's a big jump.
Yeah.
And there's problems with that jump as we see right now.
Not perfect.
It's not perfect, but they're still taking jumps. They're taking leaps. They're taking chances. And right now, Pokemon isn't taking chances. There's still a game for kids, which I get, but the majority of their audience is 25 to 40 years old at this point, and they need to make a game for 25 to 40-year-olds.
I don't know.
They do.
I doubt it.
They do.
I mean, they're cute, cuddly little animals. We see them. They're adorable.
I get that.
And they know who to target, and they want to make sure everybody who plays the games.
I get that. I get that they want everybody to play. They can still do that, but still make a game for people that want to play the game.
Pokemon.
But they did that. They did that. Not that Pokemon Souls game, but they did make a game for those people. It's called Pokemon Arceus, right? They made that game, and then they were like, we're just gonna make Violet and Scarlet within a year. But
they know exactly what they're doing.
You're gonna pay for $60 no matter what. Bitch.
As a consumer perspective, yeah, you're not getting much of a difference. You're getting new Pokemon,
new area.
Cool. But let me guess, they're gonna have Tackle, Growl, maybe Vine Whip.
Yeah.
Flamethrower. They're probably gonna have that stuff.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna pick up a TM move called Fly or Slash to help you discover new areas.
Or you're just gonna be able to use your little whistle.
I mean, and it's fine because that's Pokemon. That's the power. They know what they're doing. They're gonna lean into it.
I honestly think I'm done. I
don't blame you.
It's kind of like with Call of Duty, but like until the Call of Duty is like, we're gonna start taking a break. We're gonna start taking a break, and like I was out. Like right now, I'm out on Assassin's Creed. Like if Assassin's Creed comes out and they're like, oh, we got this new release, I'm out.
They got the Ragnarok DLC.
I'm out. Like I got that DLC. I purchased all the season pass. I haven't gone back though. You don't see me playing that right now. You see me playing Elden Ring.
It's a nice open world game with icons everywhere.
Yeah, that's great.
A little dialogue box.
The fucking
RPG elements you got there.
So much shit to do in that game. But like at a certain point, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla are all the same game.
Corporate needs you to show you the difference in these pictures.
They're all the same picture.
They're exactly the same.
They're exactly the same picture.
And I can't say. I mean, I could joke about it because I never played them. So and I've always made the argument when it comes to fighting games and Souls games, like you gotta check out the nuances. There's differences, even though they're on the cover. They are fighter games or Souls games. But once you get into the nuances, and I'm sure the same argument it's an underhanded argument that could be that I admit I've said that. I'm sure you could say the same thing with the Assassin's Creed games.
Okay, well let me ask you a question. Okay, so we got Breath of the Wild, right? You like Breath of the Wild?
I love it.
You love it, right?
Yes.
You gonna play Breath of the Wild too?
Yeah, I'll probably play it.
Same map. They didn't change the map. Same map. You can play it?
But they did such a good job with the first one.
Did they?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought that's the best Switch game hands down.
But they also took like 4 years difference, right? What if it was like Breath of the Wild, right? Like October, and they were like, oh, here's Breath of the Wild 2, the exact same map in October 2022. How would you feel about that?
Oh, that would suck. I just wouldn't buy it.
You just wouldn't buy it, right? Well, that's what the fuck Scarlet and Violet is right now. That's what I'm saying.
That's a whole different animal.
They put a fucking great fucking green little cat Pokemon. I'm gonna buy it anyway.
It's cute. I'm gonna buy it because you know what? Because me and Mikkel are gonna play it.
I'm just trying to poke.
Because me and Mikkel are gonna play it.
Mikkel's gonna play it, and you're gonna be like, and Mikkel's gonna talk me into buying it because that's Mikkel. Mikkel's like, oh, this game's so fucking fun, and I'm gonna buy it anyway.
You loved it.
And I played Arceus, and I'm like, fuck, this game sucks, and I'm like, fuck, this game's good.
But Breath of the Wild is the best Switch game ever, hands down.
It is, but they were like, and they were like 5 years later, they're gonna be like, we're gonna use the same map.
But you're gonna go in Sky this time.
We're gonna give you the same map 5 years later. You know, same place. Sky. You know exactly
they did
where to go.
Such a good job with the first one. I'm okay with it.
Such a great
job.
But if like Elden Ring comes out, and they're like, all right, we're gonna give you another Elden Ring.
Someone tweeted out, Elden Ring needs to have it where your weapon breaks every 30 seconds like Breath of the Wild.
No!
And I'm like, yes.
No, please no.
That way you won't be dependent on the same bullshit weapon.
Fuck no. I would have immediately quit the game.
Yeah. You can't do that on Elden Ring.
No, you definitely can't. I'm glad that whenever you hit walls, it doesn't degrade your weapon.
Yeah.
So glad.
Yeah, I'm glad that you don't have to repair.
Yep.
Or, you know, like your gear or
I'm glad you don't have to raise up your armor either.
Yeah.
Because that was another thing in Dark Souls franchise where you like had to increase your armor, but it didn't really do anything for you anyway. Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, you could increase the level of your armor, but it didn't fucking matter because you would get 2-shot anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck were you? I'm glad they took that out. And I'm glad that with what they did is a big change. Like, every level you take, like, I don't know if you noticed, like, it increases your attributes, right? But on the right-hand side, it has, like, all your resistances. And every level that you take, it also increases your resistances.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, every 2 levels you take, it also increases your resistances.
Okay.
So, no matter what, you're stronger overall,
you're getting better.
Period, because you're leveling up. I don't know if you noticed.
No, there's so many numbers in that game.
That's something that doesn't take place in the other Dark Souls games.
I always look at, do I see blue?
Do I see blue?
I'll go to each one.
My poise bad?
Which one gives me more blue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one gives... Oh, arcane. And I'll go in there. Poison. Am I a poison area or whatever? Yeah. Anyway, I get it. But like, if Elden Ring... If From Software was to do the same thing, Elden Ring 2 comes out next year, October, how would you feel about that? Same map.
What's the difference?
Hey, same map.
But the thing is, no, you can't... because when you're playing a Pokemon game, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know exactly what you're doing.
You know what you're getting yourself into on a Dark Souls game.
But a Dark Souls game is different because you actually have to play it so much better and harder, and it's so taxing and demanding.
But Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3...
Pokemon, you literally... There's a pause button in Pokemon, bro.
Yeah, there's not one in Dark Souls. But like Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, you know you're going to go from here to there, and you got to stay alive. And that's it. Like, that's Dark Souls in a nutshell. You got to go from here to there and not die.
And well, you will die.
And if you die,
you better go back.
You're going to start over.
Yeah.
That's Dark Souls. That's Elden Ring. You're going to go from here to there, and you might die, but you might not. But you might die.
You're not going to die in Pokemon. Yeah, you're going to faint.
You might faint and pass out. And
you're going to wake up at a Pokemon Center, and then you're fine. You're not going to lose nothing. You're not going to lose your level. You're not going to be in a soul-crushing boss fight. You're not going to fight Ramadan.
I love Elden Ring.
Love it.
Did you hear that crossplay was going to get added to Dying Light 1? 7 years after the game came out?
I never played a Dying Light game.
There's only 2.
Did you hear about CD Projekt Red, what they're doing?
Not selling things in Russia?
We'll halt the sales to Russia and Belarus, digital and physical. Quote, we know that players in Russia and Belarus, individuals who have nothing to do with the invasion of Ukraine will be impacted by this decision. But with this action, we wish to further galvanize the global community to speak about what is going on in the heart of Europe. Like, so you think this is going to hurt the Russian oligarchy in any way? Do you think they care? You think Putin's going to be like, oh, I can't play their games anymore?
We have EA,
Fuck.
Activision, who else? EA, Activision, GOG, or CD Projekt Red.
Not selling copies. Yeah.
Just like mostly everybody not selling copies. It doesn't go for the people that already own a copy. So here's my deal. You're stopping the sales to Russian and Belarus countries, right? Are you stopping the service? Like, can those players not play online anymore?
I have no idea.
Can you still Google things in Russia? Facebook got canceled by Russia.
Did they?
Yeah, Facebook got canceled.
I heard Google and Apple Pay stopped down their features also.
Yeah, they're bleeding. Russia's bleeding right now. Let's be real. They are bleeding. But like, what's you stopping the sale of a game in Russia doing?
I think it's virtual signaling.
Really?
Signaling again.
Oh, we stand with Ukraine. Okay, get it. You stand. Did you stop the service to those countries? Did you stop online multiplayer with Overwatch? Did you stop online multiplayer with Diablo?
They probably put a peace sign on their Twitter logo.
They put their Twitter logo as blue and yellow. My high school colors.
Stand.
Is that what you're doing?
Channel View High School, baby.
Yeah, Channel View, baby. Falcons. But like, what are you really doing? Not selling new games.
I don't know. I'm here to belittle the what's going on there, but yeah, it's like, what are you guys gonna do? Like, you think the Russian oligarchs gonna be like, well, we can't buy.
Hey, but also,
Horizon Zero.
What new games have those companies put out that people want to buy?
Yeah.
Is it Cyberpunk?
Yeah. We're gonna say, well, I can't play The Witcher anymore. Fuck.
Is it FIFA? Maybe FIFA.
Maybe FIFA. Yeah. That might be. Yeah. Let's be real.
Is it Call of Duty? Dude,
The Russians are already the bad guys.
the fact that Call of Duty could even still sell in Russia after the no Russian mission in Modern Warfare 2.
Dude, I read somewhere on the podcast, like the politician, but like, we need to get all the Russian kids out of our universities. I'm like, wait, they did this during World War II with the Japanese. Y'all want to repeat that? Like,
no,
they're just here to better themselves. Like,
but yeah, well, some of that.
not if they're Russian assets. Well,
they're Russian assets. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
But what are they really? What are you really accomplishing by banning new sales in a country that might have already purchased your old ass game? Hold on, Cyberpunk came out a year and 2 months ago. FIFA came out October maybe? FIFA?
Or just about, yeah.
Overwatch came out 4 years ago. Overwatch 2 ain't coming out anytime soon. Who else is canceled? I don't know. Whoever else is canceled. What game have you put out? What is it? What game is it? What game are people already that you can't? What is it? IP. What's that? Where you spoof your IP to somewhere else?
Like VPN or something?
A VPN.
Yeah.
That you can't purchase a VPN for some other country and still buy your game. What are you doing?
I think these companies are just they don't want a good crisis to go to waste.
Hey,
they see it.
We're not selling games to them.
No.
But we're not doing it.
So Pokemon, they tweeted out that the Pokemon Company International is making an immediate donation of 200,000 USD to their partners at the Global Giving to provide humanitarian relief. Now that I can stand behind. You're actually doing something. You're actually donating to a charity to help out the people out there. That's okay. Not bad. That's awesome. Good job. I'll praise that. But when saying we're gonna just stop sales of our games, like,
what are you doing?
Who does that help?
What are you actually doing?
Help?
Who are you hurting?
With Pokemon, yeah, you're donating and helping out people.
You hurting nerds? Cool.
Yeah.
McDonald's is like, we don't give a fuck. We're still gonna sell burgers over there, bitch.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck.
Money's still green.
You know, like, what do you actually like? I get the airlines. The airlines stopping all flights.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
The banks stopping flow
the
in and out.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
Those things hurt.
Yeah.
Games. What are we?
Yeah. What are we doing here?
What are you doing? What are you 100%. Doing? Not something I can't get around. It's not like I couldn't Wednesday night change my fucking time zone from Central Texas to New Zealand and then still play Elden Ring a full day early.
I don't think that'll work.
It did work.
Did they?
It did.
Okay.
But like, what are you stopping?
Good question.
Right? What are you actually hurting? You're hurting nerds that just want to play games that are already even in a war. Their country's in a war. Right?
The oligarchs.
I see both of it. I see both sides. Granted, what Russia's doing is wrong. Let's be real.
Yeah.
They're trying to stop Nazis that don't exist in Ukraine.
They're going for peacekeeping missions.
Peacekeeping missions, which is bullshit. Let's be real. It's wrong. They're killing innocent civilians. They're bombing innocent people.
The weapons they're using and they're using
cluster bombs
in civilian areas and urban
environments.
Yeah.
They're calling them Nazis, but bombing the Holocaust Memorial. Okay. What they're doing is wrong. Let's not take away that fact.
Yeah.
What Russia is doing is wrong. But you're hurting some nerd sitting at home, not at war.
Virtue signaling, that's what it was.
Playing a game.
I saw that and I was just like, that does not make sense to me, dude. It's like, whatever.
But like, I get where they're coming from. They want to stop. You want to invade. You want to invade Ukraine and you want to take over the world. Then this is the rest of the world. These are the things, and then maybe those people will fight back against their own country. Maybe. And I get where they're coming from. I see it. I see what they're doing. But are you really doing anything though? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you like if we invaded Mexico and then everybody was like fucking cutting off everything to us, they would be like, oh, well, you're not gonna get graphics cards anymore. You're not gonna get Japanese cars anymore. You're not gonna get. We rely on everybody for
the world economic,
so much.
Oh yeah.
Russia somewhat as well, but they're pretty self-dependent. They have their own vehicle manufacturers. They have their own manufacturing.
Resources.
They have their own things, right? Yeah. Not money though. And then when you start running out of money or food or things like that, like that's a problem
for sure.
But like I see the differences. I mean, like if we were to do that, which we've done it before, but
we'd invade Iraq.
Nobody stopped.
Happens.
Nobody stopped us.
There was no WMDs in there.
No,
we went in there anyway.
Right, but like I get where they're coming from. I get where they're seeing us. But like, what are you stopping? What are you stopping
I
by
just wanted
not
to bring
selling?
it up. I saw that. And
No,
I
I
was
get
like,
it.
okay.
I get it. I'm right there with you because so many video game companies have been like, well, we're not selling our games there.
And then they changed their background.
What are you doing though? Well,
Yep.
Are you changing the world? Are you? Maybe you should stop microtransactions that are overpriced.
Yeah.
Maybe you should stop that. Maybe you should stop bleeding the
They like the
lower class
money.
dry for no reason. Maybe you should stop that. Maybe you should stop these predatory practices. Maybe you should stop sexually harassing your women in the office place.
I'm 100% about that.
Maybe you should stop doing all of those other things. Maybe you should stop doing day one DLC.
Take care of stuff in house first.
Yeah, maybe
Clean
you
your
should.
house.
Maybe you should do all that stuff.
Yeah.
That would be like Louis C.K. getting mad at somebody for jacking off in front of somebody else. That's what that is.
Does he get mad about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just saying that's what he did. That's what he got canceled for. But that would be like that happening, right? It would be like fucking Brendan Schaub trying to walk me to my truck right now. In case you don't know the reference.
Takes your joke. Did you hear about he's suing someone because they made fun of him or something?
Yeah.
Like, you're a comedian, aren't you?
You're a comedian, right? People make fun of you. Welcome to the club. But like, also, let me buy your podcast. Let me buy it and I'll run it. But like, that's what I'm saying is like, that would be like fucking America getting, I mean, America does get mad, but like, it would just be like, it would be like FIFA getting mad because EA is selling microtransactions and it's the same shit they're already doing. It already exists. Like, what are you?
Who knows?
What are you changing? You're not changing shit. You're not doing anything.
That's it.
You're just bringing attention to the fact that Ukraine is getting invaded, which they are, which is devastating to the world, which could lead to World War III.
Yeah.
Which is coming.
With nuclear superpower.
Sir. I mean, he's throwing all kinds of fucking weapons that are banned, right? These things are happening, and they need to be stopped. Who's going to stop them, though? Video game companies?
Not CD Projekt Red. I don't know.
I don't know either, man. That's why I'm not paid money to think about these things.
I'm just here to play Elden Ring.
I'm here to play Elden Ring, bro.
Stream. That's it.
But that's all I got this week, Bubba.
Me
what
too.
You got? All right, well, where can we find you?
Guys, catch me at OS_Rick. I'm going to be streaming some King of Fighters and some Elden Ring. So catch me Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And sometimes Fridays. We'll see what's up. Because I kind of want to start doing some Friday night fights. But we'll see how that works out.
Steven's here.
And it's perfect time. We're going to watch some UFC. Take care of yourselves, guys.
Coming soon.
And then Ruben.
As always, guys, you can catch me on all things social media at OS_Onslaught. That's Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, all those good things. If you want to hit up the podcast, it's optionselectpodcast@gmail.com or optionselectpod on all things social media. As always, guys, we love and appreciate every single one of you guys. We hope you're taking care, staying safe, and you're living life to the fucking fullest, because what is life without Elden Ring? I mean, living life to the fullest.
Enjoy Limgrave.
And enjoy that.
Enjoy it.
And we will see you guys next time.
I love you guys.
Peace out. Catch us at OS_Onslaught within the next hour or so for the UFC fight companion.
Yes.
Peace out.
Bye, guys. Have fun.
Like.